on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, it's another day. We're getting closer and closer to another match day, people. We're getting closer and closer to another match day. Listen, this is what you need to do. Smash that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you are new here, I am Luther, and this is Man United Central. Listen, Ruben Amorim states that, winning the Europa League isn't the priority for Manchester United. I'm going to repeat that again. Ruben Amorim says winning the Europa League isn't the priority for Manchester United. What do you think? Make sure you drop a chat and, let me know what you think about that. When I saw that, I was like, okay. I don't know about that, Ruben. I really don't know about that. All right. I was like, listen, if you ask any Man United fan out there in the world, that is the Europa League is the only thing that we, to the best of my knowledge, right? It's the only thing that we look forward to right now. All right. We are hoping to go as further as we can, but winning it is, the priority. Pep Guardiola, Ola, first in the house. Nitzi, Nicolas Neto, what up? Welcome, everybody. Smash those likes. But yeah, guys, welcome, everybody. Good to have you here. Make sure you hit those likes, people. Hit those likes as you're coming in, right? So, again, folks, this is interesting. I'm always curious where you're watching from. Drop it on there. Let us know where you're watching from. But yeah, so check this out. Ruben Amorim says this: we have bigger things to think about. Something we're trying to build that's more important than winning a cup this season. All right. Now, we are sitting 14th in the league, right? Out of all the domestic cups, only Europa is the holy grail. Like that's the one thing we are, looking forward to. Basically, this is essentially Amorim telling the fans, listen, people, forget about silverware this season. All right? Forget about silverware. We're thinking long term. All right? Now, I'm all here for long term, but is this acceptable? People, as you're coming in, I'm reacting to this article about our boy Ruben Amorim saying, listen, people, we got bigger fish to fry. All right? He's saying that we have bigger things to think about. Winning something we're trying to build for the long term is more important than winning the cup this season. So to say winning the cup this season is not really the big deal. This is not really what we care about at this point. So in my head, I'm like, Ruben, what are you smoking, man? Listen, if you ask any Man United fan right now, we want to win that Europa, man. All right. I don't know about you guys. All right. Listen, right now, I'll be okay, end of the season, holding a trophy. All right. Doing one of these moves. So seeing this article, dude is saying like winning Europa ain't a priority right now. There's a bigger picture. Yeah, there's a bigger picture, but come on, man. Let's see. Welcome, everybody. Tony's in the house. Henry's in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Jaden Amaya, what up? Welcome. Welcome, brother Tony. Make sure you smash those likes, people. Make sure you smash those likes, hit that subscribe. But guys, let me know, man. Let me know. First of all, drop something in the chat saying, let us know where you're watching from. I'm just curious, right? And smash that like, hit the subscribe. And, what do you guys think? Ruben Amorim is telling us that building the future is more important to Manchester United right now than winning Europa League. So, I mean, this is it's very weird. Again, I don't know. Well, no, I cannot say weird. I don't know. I think this is what it is. Um, INEOS, I'm thinking they're using this guy, man. All right. They're using this guy to say, hey, man, listen, you know, because he has been the one in the firing line most of the time, right? Whenever INEOS, they do job cuts and all this stuff, you don't see Barada out there answering questions from the fans or the journals, right? It's him. He's being out there. And Ruben Amorim needs to stop doing interviews, man, because he does too many interviews. So this was from another interview that he did. I don't know when he did it, but it was from another interview that we recently did. And this is what came out. He's saying, we're trying to build the future. The Red Devils, who are sitting 14th in the Premier League and have been knocked out of all the domestic competition, basically, right now, the only thing they're going for, it is the Europa League. So United's fifth round shootout against, obviously, Fulham, we got knocked out. So that was that. So Ruben Amorim says that, yeah, of course, we lost the cup last week. So people are looking at this Europa League as that unique competition that we can win. All right. That's what he was telling Sky Sports, right? Also, the connection with winning the Europa League with the Champions League qualification, right? Makes sense. We win the Europa, we're in the Champions League. You know, that's what we want. But to tell you the truth, Ruben Amorim is saying that I think we have bigger things to think about. Like what, Ruben? Yes, we have to rebuild the team, but you know, we want to win this thing. So that, to me, I found that was very weird, man. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know about you guys. You know, what do you think? What do you think Ruben is trying to do here? You know, I'm thinking definitely for sure this is something. You know, talking points. Whoever's advising him to make this kind of statements, thinking that they will go well with the fans, it's kind of ridiculous because right now most of United fans are, you know, pissed off with the team. We're not seeing really any, you know, progress with the team. We're not, you know, there's obviously, yeah, we know the underlying factors. You know, he doesn't have his players. The players are down tools. A lot of those players need to go anyway, right? We understand all of that, but you know, we still want to win something. You know, we're not ready to just pack it up and say, okay, you know, I guess I am not ready to pack it up yet. You know, I want to keep hope alive that you know, we may pull off something. You know, the season is not completely Dunsky. You know what I mean? Bro, United will be reach the championship. Yeah. Right? Let's see. Welcome back, Eric Ten Hag. Welcome to Manchester. Pep Guardiola. That's funny, man. And Rodrigo, yeah. Not sure. Ruben might be talking about the future, but hopefully he's got something up his sleeve. Well, something up his sleeve is a good point, Sir Tony. I think what he's trying to do is, okay, there's already so much pressure onto his team, right? So he's trying to alleviate that, pull that valve, you know, to release some of that pressure because it's too much now being put on the team, you know. I think that could be another reason why he's saying stuff like that, right? Because he's telling, you know, maybe he wants his players to be, you know, chill, relax a little bit. Listen, the season is the season. You know, if we can alleviate some of that pressure, then maybe the boys can actually step up and do what they're supposed to do. You know, it could be one of those that he's trying to do. But, you know, again, that can also go very weird, saying that, you know, priority is not Europa. Jay, what's going on, Jay? Good to see you. No silverware this season. You know what? That it could be very that could be a huge possibility. Luther, did you see Albert? Oh my God, Henry. We're gonna be talking about that, dude. I was sitting here working, man. I'm working, and I look over there. I see that Alvarez goal. I'm so glad I was not on camera on a meeting or something. You know, I was like, whoa. You know, it was beautiful, beautiful goal. Even Rodrigo's goal was amazing. Right? Yeah. But okay. I know you. Thanks a lot, Jay, for throwing me off. No, actually, Henry, for throwing me off, because now I'm thinking. You saw the level of football the likes of Madrid they're playing, even Athletic Madrid today, right? Even Club Bruges, who was playing, Club Bruges played Aston Villa. The level of football, it's like, I don't know how we're going to be able to compete with those kind of teams, because we cannot string two passes together, right? 5-yard passes, we cannot do it. All those teams that we're going to be facing, for example, in the Champions League, if we make it, or, I mean, any team that we face, they can string a couple of passes together. We cannot do that. So it is scary and sad at the same time, because it shows that Ruben Amorim has a monumental task ahead of him to try to get that team to actually play football. All right. Jay saying, oh, hello from England. That's what's up, Jay. Every game is a must-win game for second half of the season. There you go. Liam, what's going on, Liam? Welcome. The guy said 2 weeks after he took his position, the storms will come. Yeah, he did say that. And we all delighted in the steadfastness. Yep. Or we finally have manager who will not bow to the players. Blah, 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 blah. 3 months in, everybody's like, get him out of here. We're sick and tired of Liam. Exactly, right? I'm telling you, when he was saying those words, we were like, yeah, man, this is it. He's the guy. We are ready. We are ready for the pain. But of course, nobody expected it to be this painful. Right? I'm telling you, I do not think anyone really expected it to be this bad. Okay, last season, guys, listen, folks were like, going after Ten Hag. This is the worst season ever. We finished 8th, blah, blah, like that, right? And then, the following season, we've gone even worse than that. I mean, and I don't know. Do you think INEOS and them, did they expect it to go this bad? Or they expect it to be, it could be bad, but it's not going to be that bad. We're not going to be losing games like crazy. Maybe we're going to have that new manager balance and then we can kick on. Yo, it is crazy. Let's see what you guys are saying. Henry is saying it was like a Man City, Real Madrid semifinal game. Yep. Sabrina Cardozo. Hello, Sabrina. Welcome. Amorim out, please. Nah, he still needs time. Jay saying the lit to the low was passing well against. Yeah, they were doing all right. They were doing all right. Liam Jones, it says later. It's Arne. We sure about Amorim. Later, it's are we sure about Amorim? No. That's the thing. We cannot say right now. We can just go with we hope, right? We hope that if he's actually given some kind of backing, because all the other managers did get backing, right? Ten Hag, like a suitcase of cash. What is it? Ole got backed, right? So come on, they have to back this guy, right? And hope that if he gets the players that can actually play his style, then maybe we can kick on, right? Now, I don't know if this is going to be a good thing. Imagine, guys, is it going to be a good thing if, say, next season, we don't have any European football? Is it going to be one of those like a complete reset, knowing that, okay, we're only domestic, we don't have to worry about European football? Now, other folks, what I've been reading, they say, okay, that could may not be the worst case scenario, because then you won't need to have such a huge squad. That's one, right? Secondly, apparently this could very well be the case. Some of these players, they have like a clause in their contract where they need to have European football or something like that, right? I don't know if this is any true, right? So without European football, some of their salaries may drop, right? Because I guess with the European football, there's some incentives kind of thing, right? So some of those salaries may go down. So it could be one of those things like, okay, it could be INEOS' other plan to say, okay, listen, right now it is what it is. If we qualify, fine. But if we don't, listen, Ruben, you're good. We're just going to roll it next season, because if we don't have European football, then maybe salaries go down. Then it can be easier to offload some of these players as well. Who knows, right? I'll let you guys do the research on that if that bears any truth to, right? Again, guys, welcome everybody. Smash those likes, hit that subscribe, and if you're new, I am Luther, and this is Man United Central. I appreciate you being here. True Indian, what's going on, brother? Amorim didn't say this after the FA Cup defeat. He said it weeks before. He also said that we need to be Europe, so maybe he might take Europa seriously now. Yeah, but this article is from obviously it's from the Daily Mail. I see from the Manchester Evening News. I see so it could be, of course, it could be, but this was an interview he did with Sky. It doesn't tell me when he did this interview, because dude he's constantly doing interviews now, man. And sometimes whenever you do so many interviews, you run out of talking points. And sometimes in the beginning, he was rocking it, saying the right things, whatever. But when you're presented with so many questions, you sometimes answer, you make statements like that, which I don't think really helps matters much, right? So, yeah, it's crazy. Aaron said, how are you doing? I'm doing great, Aaron. Welcome. Aaron, first of all, let us know what team you support. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, all right? Sabrina, Julian Alvarez, new player of Manchester United. Yeah, okay. Jay say, don't know. Who worse, as a manager, Solskjaer or Ruben? I think people are going to say Ruben, man. At this point in time, who's worse, Solskjaer or Ruben? I think people are going to say Ruben, man. If Mourinho got backed, United would have won the Premier League. I am not kidding. I agree. And he wasn't really backed, and he wasn't allowed to get rid of those players that he wanted to get rid of, because he even said, when was that? A while back, he said that there's an interview he did. He was like, yeah, there's still players out there that I wanted to get rid of. They're still in that team, So again, not backed. He wasn't empowered. The type of the power that Ruben Amorim has, right? Which is kind of reverse. So Ruben Amorim not given money in January, but he's allowed to get rid of these guys like Rashi, of course, Anthony. Maybe we're gonna see Sancho. Obviously, Sancho is out. Those kind of things, right? So, but Mourinho, obviously back then, he didn't like certain players, but he had no choice but to keep him, right? So it was one of those. Let's see. Jay saying that Ruben is a bit stubborn. Yes, a bit, very stubborn. He wants his players his style. The Man United players are not used to play the way. Yeah, Jay, they're not used to. But again, he was brought in based on his style, right? So I'm glad that he's stubborn, because we've been through this road before. We got a manager, a bold guy. He came in with the style of play, Ajax ball, beautiful stuff. That's what we wanted to see at United. It did not work out. Erik ten Hag said, you know what? Go retreat, change your plans. All right. So he changed his plans. Okay, he won us 2 trophies, but what happened to him? Out the door. So it's one of those. People, make sure you smash those likes, guys. Smash those likes, please, if you don't mind. Liam is saying none of us thought it would be this bad. However, trying to get a team to play a totally different system while losing at 1 point, a consistent 22 goals forward, a 90 million forward and a left back. Yeah, it's tough, and that's another thing too, right? You would think folks like the INEOS, right? Obviously, they knew bringing Ruben Amorim it could create some problems, right? That's why stories out there that saying that Dan Ashworth wanted to bring in Thomas Frank, for example, because had we gotten, for example, Thomas Frank, he would have been able to work with these guys, right? Because his style could work with this lot that we have, right? But they decided to go with Ruben, who plays a completely different style, which we haven't seen at United before. And this is what we're faced with, right? And, it's bound to happen, right? So interesting. Now, would I have taken Thomas Frank? I'll be like, nah, man. I'm glad we didn't get him. I would rather roll the dice with Ruben Amorim, personally. All right. I don't know about you guys. But yeah, based on that, the word on the street, they disagreed, and Dan Ashworth was given the door. All right. Let's see. True Indian say, Jay, other managers played the way players wanted. After a couple of seasons, players got the manager sacked. True. I actually saw the interview. It was like 2 weeks ago. Okay, gotcha. I agree. If we keep getting interviewed, you will inevitably get some things wrong. Yeah, dude. Especially for a guy like Ruben, he's never used to be in front of the camera like that, constantly being interviewed. You don't have anything important to say. You don't have any, anything positive to say because your team sucks, and you're put in front of a camera and you're trying to be positive. You're trying to come up with things to explain what is going on and all this stuff. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it, and he knows like the team is sorry. He needs to, get an entirely new team, but what can you do? I mean, too many interviews. Liam is, especially in the second language. Yeah, exactly. Right? Because constantly, he has to kind of think about what he wants to say. Yeah. Let us not forget how stubborn Sir Alex was. Oh, yeah. Sir Alex was stubborn, but, he called the shots, right? He was stubborn, but he called the shots. Sir Alex run everything, he ran everything. He had a good team around him, but he called the shots. Really, not a lot of people could have told him what to do, because he had, he had won some things, right? And that always buys you, that extra time. And even Ruben Amorim, when he came in, he did say, "Listen, only through wins, you'll be awarded more time." Right? He knows he's under no illusion. Like right now, not winning games, he could be at the door. So he knows that. He even said, listen, that comment from Rooney saying you're naive talking about the Premier League. He said, yeah, I was saying that in the context of for the club. The club's big picture is to win the Premier League, right? It may not be with me, but that is the big picture. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're building towards, right? And I know that's why he made that statement, based on this article. All right. But still, we want to win the FA, the Europa, man. All right. Let's see. Sabrina, Rashford, Aston Villa. Yeah, Rashford today, he didn't play very well. I don't know if you guys, I watched some of that game. I didn't see him. He didn't play very well. Once he got subbed, I stopped watching it. Not in tactics, but in philosophy. I see. Norwich. What's going on, Norwich? Good to see you, man. Sabrina, Garnacho out. Garnacho, listen, Garnacho is not gonna. Well, no. I think in the summer. Think about in the summer. I don't know why I had that song in my head. I think Garnacho is gonna go, man. I don't know why I can see that happening. I think Garnacho is gonna be one of the players when it comes to if it's between him and Kobe. I think Garnacho is going to be the one to Go. Jay say, surely if you're losing in one formation, it's obvious you need to change the whole formation and style of football. True. But what if your style of football is the only thing you know? Right? The man has, throughout his history, he has only played 3-4-3. Right? That is the only style he knows. So, yeah, you can, it's not rocket science. Maybe you can do something, but he's also seen that it doesn't work with these players. You cannot trust these players. You can switch it. You may get some wins. And then what do? Eventually, you will need to implement your style. You cannot keep on playing that style. That's not you. That's not your what you're trying to build. Right? So, yeah, you can change, play back four. Even Ruben Amorim even said on, I think I forgot what was the game. Is it Everton? The one we went to down 10 men. He said, Maguire and them, they like to play low block, stay in the box, defend the box. They like to do that, right? But he's more of a progressive manager. He wants his center backs to be out the box, close to the midfield, to advance the ball. But most of the players that we have, they like to sit back, right? So if that was his style, then yeah, it could have worked. But he doesn't want to do that. And I'm glad that he's holding his, sticking to his guns and willing to go down with the ship. It doesn't work. I'm still gonna keep on playing it. So, hey, we avoided relegation though. So at this point, it's only up once he gets his plays, I think. All right. Just losing. Okay. Walter Butler. Welcome, Walter Butler. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Norwich, give your mods a break. Jay saying the worse Man United play, the less attention Amorim gives his players. Yeah. Rashi had a good run. Bad shot, but yeah, good run. Yeah, he's all right. Garnacho is going out of him and Manu. Liam, the argument is always going to be if you have a coaching license, you should be able to adapt. True. And he can, but he believes in this system. Yeah. I'm sure he can adapt. Yeah, he can definitely adapt but I mean, that's what he knows. That's what he knows. That's what he believes in. Because he even said, if you're a coach and this is your style and you abandon it, then that is you've failed. And we saw some reports from Chris Wheeler and them. They had said they like some of the hierarchy in Man United. They like the fact that he's sticking with his guns, not changing his style, right? So he's being backed to do that. Jay saying, let's change the 3-4-3 and ask players where they play better. Bring back 4-4-2 or 5-4-1. That's funny, man. 4-4-2 is non-existent anymore, man. 4-4-2 was great. 4-4-2? Psst. Yeah. So Alex. Yeah. Good night, peeps. How's everyone doing? AKS 97 is in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Welcome. No, Norwich. I do not. My mods are amazing people. They want to help out and kick out some folks that they don't want to be nice, I must say. True Indian is saying Amorim won Sporting a league title after 19 years. Also, Amorim has beaten big teams in Europe with his style of play. So I don't agree with people who are going hard on Amorim. Oh yeah, I agree. I totally agree. They need to let him be. And also, we can judge him. Listen, we're going to judge him, say, in October of, in October, when he has had that summer to train his players, because he's still talking about he hasn't had time to work with the team, right? To train them. So in the summer, he's going to have time. And obviously, we are going to lose Eriksson. We're going to lose Johnny Evans. We're going to lose Lindelof. Who else? Rashi, hopefully he goes. Anthony, hopefully he goes. Who else we can be? Obviously, Sancho is already out. Who else could be leaving? I don't know if Rasmus is going to be going or he stays. So we're hoping. The other day we were talking about here, maybe he's going to get maybe like 4 to 5 players to come in. And we're hoping that these players who come in, they're going to be his players, right? Players that can work his system, like Dorgu, for example, because we see a player like Dorgu, we see his attributes and stuff like that. He can work, he's perfect for Amorim's system. So imagine if you have like 5 of those guys coming in, and then we also have Diogo Leon coming in, right? He has more of the players that can work his style. I think we're going to see a difference. Now, come October, we still losing. We're not seeing anything. Then you can judge him because, he was given some players, not a lot, but some. Personally, I think he needs at least 2 summers, right, to do the complete overhaul kind of thing, right? So, but we have to see a change, some kind of change, after summer window, right, where he brings in some few players. Let's see. Tony is saying, I wish I could be a fly on the wall when Ruben has meetings with the big wigs. I know, right? Do they yell? Is it calm and no problem? Like, what is the word? I know. I can imagine they're sitting in the conference room, whatever. Ruben is like, guys, you knew how I roll. You brought me from Sporting in the middle of the season, and you guys knew this is what I had to work with. Well, what did you expect? Miracles? I told you I'm going to try, but these guys cannot do the basics. 5-yard passes. All right, Sir Jim, you can do a 5-yard pass. All right, Barada, you can probably do it too. So what do you expect me to do? All right. So listen, at this point, you either back me or go ahead and sack me. Oh, you can't because you don't have money. Ha! I'm just kidding. So it could be, Tony, it could be going something like that, when they're meeting. So they have no choice but to say, you know what? All right, fine. Let's see what happens. Let's see. B. Kraus. B. Kraus, what's going on? Welcome, B. Smash that like, hit the subscribe, and B. Kraus, the price of admission. You gotta let us know what team you support. All right, that is the price of admission to the family, man. Welcome. I'm based in Washington D.C. area. True Indian is saying, first of all, you can't blame the manager if players play good for 30 minutes and don't press for most of the part of the game. Yeah, exactly. Because they just give up. Will Ludwig, what's going on, Will? Good to see you, man. United won't make it back. Crap. Since Fergie left. Oh, yeah. That's why Ruben Amorim is doing a complete, overhaul. Kick them all out and see what, if he can rebuild this thing. Liam has said, well, let's think about a thorough line. So Jim clearly doesn't like people who differ from his clear idea. True. Should Amorim change now out of desperation? That will be a sign of weakness in Jim's eyes. Liam, good point. Right? Good point. Yeah, that is a good point. But again, Sir Jim is also a quote-unquote through and through Man United fan, right? So obviously, even with him, he's not liking what he's seeing on the field, right? The losses and everything, he feels that too because he's a fan, right? So, but again, he was part of the decision making to bring in someone who plays a completely different football. So, the only thing he can do here is to just stick with the guy, really. And knowing that apparently in the beginning, some of the conversations apparently Sir Jim had with Ruben, he liked his sturdiness. And I think Ruben had a conversation before they agreed to sign him with Sir Jim. And one of the things that he liked about Ruben is, whenever he sticks with his plan, he doesn't, veer off. He sticks with it and he sees it through, right? And what he did at Sporting after 19 years, getting them a title, that was something. Also, working with the youth, right? Of course, that's another thing that Sir Jim and INEOS, they feel that we haven't really recruited well. We haven't used our youth system better and stuff like that. So bringing a guy like Ruben, who has proven track record at Sporting, working with the youth, it kind of worked out. So right now, obviously, they're looking at all these factors. And obviously, at the end of the day, winning is what matters. But I think, they have to back him, man. Now, again, you cannot trust INEOS because if you look at their track record at Nice, yeah, they have sacked quite a bit of managers. And some of them, not even like after, it could be months. After months, it didn't work out, they'll be sacking the managers at Nice. But again, this is United. It's not Nice. I would judge him if he gets like 4 first-team players. Yeah, and that's true, Indian. Yeah, 4 to 5, starters, not bench. Yeah, starters, as you said, first-team players. Yeah. Will Ludwig, 14th in the league. Listen, we could be 15th. We are so lucky that there are 3 teams below us who are worse than us. All right, that is our saving grace right there. Okay, we are so lucky because if those teams had any chance of climbing up the table, we would be in trouble. All right, we'll be in trouble. But right now, we're chilling 14th. Clear sailings all the way. We know that we are staying up. We are staying up. Hey, So right now, we just need to see this thing through until the end of the season. Bro, you see Arsenal dismantle PSV? Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah. Arsenal, they found their shooting boots. They put 7 past the PSV with Malacia in the team, man. Our boy Malacia was in that team. He was part of the 7 drubbing. Jeez. It's crazy. Let's see. Worst fan base. What is that? AKS. It said Ferguson had 3 trophyless season at United before becoming a winner. Amorim needs time and backing to do his job properly. Yeah, that's true. But times have changed, right? Times have changed, and our fan base is really toxic, right? The fan base, I don't know. They once they start, we've already seen signs that they've started turning on the guy, right? Knowing for a fact he hasn't been given, resources, but already people are turning on it, right? Which is pretty sad because when he was brought in, everybody understood the assignment, that it's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. We're just going to have to weather this thing, and hopefully that it gets better, once he gets his players, which I think he should, man, because you can see dude has a clear plan, what he's trying to do. We can see some of it, right? He's just lacking those resources to implement that. What's family? True Indian said we need again get like at least 100 million for outgoings. Oh yeah, I think we can. Outgoings revenue. Won't be much if we don't win Europa. Looking unlikely. Right. Yeah. So I think we can definitely for outgoings. Yeah, we can get 100 easy because we're getting 25 from Jadon Sancho, and then we're getting let's see, 25 Jadon Sancho, and then if Aston Villa, for example, trigger that 40 million for Rashi, which he looks very happy over there, right? So that, but that's like 65, and then of course you get something from Anthony, right? Anthony, there's some talks already going. Apparently, Real Betis is trying to start talks for Anthony, and they are willing to pay between like 20 to 25, but United want kind of like 30 to 45 or something like that. So I'm sure we're not going to be greedy. Ruben Amorim already said Anthony is not his guy, right? So we may get, say, I don't know, we get 30 for Anthony, right? So already there. And then obviously I can definitely see Garnacho going, right? I think Garnacho is going to go. Someone is going to come for Garnacho. So Garnacho gives us, I don't know, 55 or 60. So yeah, we can get that number. We can get that number. We can, and then we can make sure to spend it wisely. Emily. Emily, good to see you. Welcome. Smash that like, Emily. Hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. We might as well come and support Pompey. No, mate. No. Nah. All right. Remember 7? Yeah. 7. Yeah, we do remember that. We remember. Yeah. The amount of injuries was definitely not factored in this current situation. Yeah, it wasn't. And not only amount of injuries, the way we got those injuries, right? It was like back to back. You know, everybody could just get Kobe, Ahmad. You know, like they were all like back to back, which was it didn't really help us much. And as we're getting closer to the end of the season, where we need to stack up wins and all this stuff, it definitely did not help matters. It sure didn't. And of course, having players like Mason Mount, I know you're asking who is that. Yeah, our number 7. Luke Shaw and them not being available for the longest time, it doesn't help much. Let's see the amount of injuries. Yeah, so that let's go at Will Ludwig. You can't beat worst United team at Anfield for 2 straight years. I know, right? There you go. Oh, shots fired. I like that. Will Ludwig 7-0 was last season. Okay. Will Ludwig, you watch football for reals, I guess. Nice. Liam, exactly. You haven't beaten United at Anfield last 2 seasons. Oh, Will, they're coming for you. We've beaten you 5 times for. Okay. This is good stuff, people. I like it. We'll also forget, before he came to us this season, Amorim came to us 16 games unbeaten. I know. That's what I'm saying. The man, when he was, I think I remember the interview he did with the Rio, he was like, he has never been in this situation, going this many games without a win. He said if someone had told him that he will go this many games without a win, he will be like, he will never believe it, because he believes in what he does, right? He knows he can coach his team well and all this stuff, and you can win some games, lose some games, but to go this many losses, he would never have believed it. He said, but yeah, I'm sure he believes it now, right? Let's see. Big Cross is saying, I'm a United fan. That's what's up. All my life, brother. I'm from South Africa originally, and I live in New Zealand now. All right. All the way from New Zealand. All right, mate. I was born in November 86, so I know nothing but success with Sir Alex. Dude, I'm right there with you, man. And I love that month. That's my birthday month as well. Same here, man. I come from the same time frame. We only knew success with Alex, so this is really hard for us, right? But imagine now the folks who are just finding United. They're like, why is everybody talking about Manchester United? Who's this team? Whatever. So they're looking us up now, and they see like we are in the mud, So yeah, it's up to us to remind them of how it used to be. But if you ask Barada and them, they don't want to hear about how we used to be in Sir Alex Ferguson days. They don't want to hear all that. Okay, that's in the past. They say they don't want to hear that. But again, you cannot. That's our history, man. We did things back then, proper. We were a proper football team, winning titles and stuff. You've lost 12 games this season. I bet Anthony keep rocking it. Oh yeah, exactly. Anthony can probably bring us like 37 million. So Liam Ludwig says it was 2 seasons ago. Indian, you only said last season first. That's funny. JP, what's going on, man? Good to see you. UEFA not priority. He's really losing it. Radcliffe, the devil. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. He said it's not a priority. We got bigger fish to fry. If you know, that somebody had said that. We are building something. So come on, man. Your job is to get us to win things. All right. The building thing, you can see that it's a line from Radcliffe and them, right? They're just putting him out there to take all these interviews, to answer all these questions that don't even pertain to what his job is. I wish when it was that press conference, some of the press conference when he's asked about the job cuts and stuff like that, I wish he can say, listen, man, I'm only here to coach these guys, all right? These questions about job cuts and everything, yeah, it's sad, but hey, I do have a boss that I report to, Barada and them. How about you find an interview, talk to them, and that way they can answer these questions? Or how about, Barada, Wilcox, someone joins Ruben Amorim on his press conferences. That way they can field those queries. But no, they throw the man out there in the wolves. Not only at all, been an ass. Okay. Where is everybody from? People, yeah, man. What part of the world are you from watching? I see we have New Zealand. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. Yeah. Drop it in the chat, man. Drop it in the chat. JP, what's up, Tony? Like that. Mo Salah owns Old Trafford. Mo Salah doesn't own nothing. Okay, Will. He doesn't own nothing. He's a good player, though. I think this season... I think if Mo doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, I think that will be a disgrace. I'm tipping him to win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? Especially if they go and win. Can they win the Champions League? Based on what you saw today from Real Madrid? Real Madrid, man, when they get to this point, they are locked in. They are locked in. I mean, geez. Arizona in the house. JP's in Arizona. That's what's up, JP. Good to see you, brother. You wrote yourself playing crap. Liam Jones is saying John O'Shea owns Anfield. Nice. Carlos. Erad for a captain. Where would be without Bruno? Leaves it all on the field. Every game, United will be great again. Cheers from San Jose, California. What's going on, Carlos? Welcome. Listen, Carlos, smash that like, man. Hit the subscribe if you've been done so already. San Jose in the house. I love California, man. I love California. My brother lives in Irvine, California. It's beautiful out there. True Indian, hate PSG, but let's go PSG. Knock that listen. Oh my gosh, that's going to be another really good game. PSG, Liverpool, yeah, it's going to be a good one. Right. Anyway, enjoy your time at the bottom of the league, gents. Hey, listen, we will rise again. You watch. All right, you watch. Especially if next season we don't have any European football. You know, we just need to focus on the league. Better watch out. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. That'll be sad. Carlos, he's good again. Cheers. True Indians, and I hate to see. Okay, cool. Right away. True Indian Carlos, he's not a United fan. Carlos is not a United fan. Yeah, he said United will be great again. Yeah, I'll take that part of the statement. Valverde does not play. Carlos see, yeah, he is, man. Carlos is a United fan. You know, you can see from that statement right there, that line. United will be great again. Cheers from San Jose. You know, that statement right there. I was like, he has to be a red. True Indian, when United were a winning Liverpool fan, used to say, talk to us when you have won the same league title. Yeah. I know, man. Welcome, Carlos. AKS 97. Put respect on Bruno's name. He threw away his career at United out of passion for the club rather than tearing it up at another world-class club. There you go, man. Big up Bruno, man. That's what's up. You know, that's what's up. Carlos, I was talking about the other guy. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. You gotta put respect to his name, man. Bruno is that guy, man. Bruno, where would we be without Bruno? Yeah. I think we'll probably be in the same position, 14th, 15th, right? But, he has given us hope. So this was very interesting, guys. Now we're here. I'm sure you guys know Samuel Lockhurst. Yeah, that dude. All right. He has calculated how much each Manchester United would need to sell. Each player, Manchester United, will need to sell. What? Sam Lockhurst has calculated how much each Manchester United player could be sold this summer to avoid recording a loss on the books. Good morning, James. All right. So the list goes like this. Altay Bandier, according to Sam Lockhurst's numbers, right? He ran the numbers. Must be sold at 1.8 million to avoid recording a loss. Mazraoui, he must be sold at 6.4 million to avoid recording a loss. De Ligt must be sold at 30.72 million to avoid recording a loss. Maguire, any sale will be recorded as a net profit, treated like an academy player. All right, so for Maguire. So we sell Maguire, we make a profit. Martinez must be sold for 18.72 million to avoid recording a loss. All right, Bruno, any sale will be recorded as a net profit, treated like an academy player. All right, so obviously his value has gone up, right? This was very interesting. I'm saying Hoyland must be sold at 38.4 million to avoid making a loss. All right, Xerxes must be sold for 29.2 million to avoid recording a loss. Drogu, 27.2 million. Lenioro, 41.76 million to avoid recording a loss. Let's see. Amad Diallo, any sale will be recorded as a net profit. He's treated like an academy player. Casemiro, listen, this is not bad. We can do this. Casemiro should be sold at 15 million to avoid recording a loss. So, 15 mil, Come on, someone can handle this. Diogo Dalot, any sale will be recorded as a net profit, treated like an academy player. Luke Shaw, any sale will be recorded as a net profit, treated like an academy player. So, all right. Let's see. Onana must be sold for 28.32 million to avoid recording a loss. Our boy Ugarte must be sold for 33.84 million to avoid recording a loss. Menu, Garnacho, Rashford, any sale will be recorded as a net profit. Now we already know 5 players have been confirmed that they're leaving: Ericsson, Lindelof, Heaton, Evans, and Sancho. All right. I think Sam Lockers did a good job there, putting that list. I don't know what you guys think. I'm going to drop it to the Discord. People, if you haven't joined our Discord, go ahead and jump on there. Yeah, so listen, the numbers are the numbers. The bottom line is we don't want to record a loss. Let me see what you guys are saying. Will, there's a 9 years. Let's sync. AKS is saying, how do we make a profit with Maguire? Did we finish? Yeah, I think we finished paying for him. So this year that we gave him the extension, if we sell him, we're making a profit. So, hey, Sam Lockers, he did the work. James Moriarty's Sam Mark Goldbridge, best friend. I know, right? I know. But yeah, Sam, he always talks about I got sources, and he doesn't really talk about his sources. True Indian is saying no one is giving 15 million for Casemiro now, especially after he will have a year remaining on his contract. There you go. Yeah, and that's sad, right? Because if you give him 15 million, then you have to factor his salary and all this stuff. Dude is getting paid like 300. So I have a feeling that Casemiro, man, he's going to be staying, and he's going to end up leaving, obviously, at the end of his contract. Most we're getting for Casemiro is 18. That would be nice if we can get 18. What is important is to understand, which hasn't been understood about the article, is every year on United books, the price to sell goes down. Yeah, every year goes down. Yeah. Every year the price goes down. It's called, is it amortization or something, right? I hope that's the word. I don't know why it came in my head, but I think that's the word. Amortization. Saudi can buy Onana at that price. Oh, yeah. They sure can. But I have a feeling now Onana is going to be here next season, man. It's sad, but I did see reports that United, they are looking at Mignolet, the AC Milan goalkeeper, the French number 1. Maignan, yeah, I forgot his name. I need to look it up. Onana can be sold for a cup of noodles, and that will be a good profit. There you go. Jesse Dishner. Sorry for me. Yeah, hey, listen. Glory, Man United, man. Liam, please understand, every year we keep any player on the books, the value to sell goes down dramatically. Yeah, it does. Due to contract. Yeah. Too hidden now. Some lockers is too. Man. Some lockers is too free. I don't care reading about some of the this, because players like Bruno, Ugarte, De Ligt, Ahmad are never getting sold. Yeah, that's true. Liam, it isn't good, but it does not record a loss with the current PSR rules. Yeah, that's true. This is also why he thinks Licha could be sold if he's injured. Well, no. So basically, he run all the players, right? He says right now, if, for example, someone comes in, say, hey, I I need to buy the lit. How much will you sell him? That way our books don't record a loss, because we're already in the red big time with PSR and all that. So we don't want to record a loss. So whatever business we do, we need to do it without recording a loss. So those are the numbers that he ran, saying, hey, based on these numbers, if United do this business, then we'll be all right when it comes to the books. All right. That is what I understood from that article. Yeah. Bruno, Ugarte, Delete, Ahmad are players we should be building our team around. Yep. Yeah, bro. Mignolet is a Club Bruges goalkeeper, former Liverpool. No. True Indian. I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Let me find that guy. His name is AC Milan goalkeeper, I think. AC Milan. Goalkeeper. You can type. Mike Maignan. Mike Maignan. Maignan. Mike Maignan. That's the one I'm talking about. Apparently, they were looking at him to replace Onana. But again, we'll see if that will happen. But of course, there are reports that Ruben Amorim and he's getting obviously fed up with Onana's mistakes. Obviously, he is not his goalkeeper, right? He did not buy Onana, so he needs a different profile of a goalkeeper. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do bring someone who he has handpicked and to compete with Onana. But I don't think Onana is going to be leaving United. They may bring someone in. But again, how are you going to bring another number one without offloading one? Maybe Bayendier leaves. I don't know. We shall see. Also, why he thinks Licha could. Okay, so that Bruno, okay. Ludwig is saying that Carlos, you already tried with Bruno and looks results. Dogo Ahmad Quenda Ugarte. Oh yeah, gonna be ferocious group. I know. Imagine, guys, Dogo Ahmad Quenda Ugarte. Shh, dude. I know, man. We'll be cooking. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. In the summer, please, INEOS, give him at least, 5 players, man. I think we'll be all right. People, smash those likes, guys. Hit those likes, please. All right. Let's see. Liam is saying that three have a fundamental misunderstanding of the article. Lacus' article was simply saying this is the price to sell this summer to not have a loss. Okay, gotcha. AKS, we should have never let go of Sabitzer and Amrabat, vital team players. Yeah, those guys were on loan though. Again, I think why didn't we keep him again? Sabitzer had injuries, and then was it a profile of a player that he didn't work in? Yeah, but Sabitzer was a baller, man. I liked Sabitzer. Even Amrabat. And Amrabat, I think it was the age thing. Liam, AKS, both lone players. Yeah, that's why they had to go. Okay, but they were dirt cheap. Yeah. Yeah, Maiglan. Yeah, that's him. Carlos, we have been fed up with Onana. We need to get the Premier League goalkeeper. Yeah. Well, talking about Premier League goalkeeper, maybe would you guys have kept Dean Henderson? If he was still at the team, would you have liked him to be the number one? I don't see him coming back because I think he burned his bridges after he did that interview. But Dino, he decided to roll out because he didn't want to, stay because he was promised apparently in number one jersey. He didn't get it. All right. I think if anybody, I would bring back Kovar. Guys, do you remember Kovar, that kid? Kovar, I think, man, I wish we would have kept him. Kovar is a really good goalkeeper. What after he said he was he said something. He did an interview after he left. He said, after he wants to beat us and stuff. Yeah, you know, it wasn't some nice words that he said. But again, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the levels of Ronaldo, but it was some interview that he did. Bring Van der Sar. He would still do better than 100%. Yeah, man. Van der Sar? Yeah, dude. How much we think we'll get from Villa for Rashi? I mean, we told Villa that they can have Rashi for 40 million, right? We said 40 million, they can have him, but we got to think about it this way. Villa, to keep Rashi, it means you're going to have to pay him, 300 million? 300,000, right? That's his salary, right? So I don't know if Villa has that money like that to pay Rashi his wages. So I'm thinking Rashi now, the way he's playing, is an audition for that next team. I don't know. He wants to go to Barca or wherever. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that's going to work out for Rashi. But either way, I'm here, I'm always going to be chanting for Rashi to do his thing, because the more he performs, hopefully our price goes up. And also, we're forgetting one player, Mason. If Mason Greenwood gets sold, then we're getting some money off of that too. So, we may have an okay summer, man, if we get this money. Give him a discount. That's funny, man. Give him a discount and we'll give them Onana and take Emi Martinez. I know, right? But listen, we'll give you a discount and we'll throw in Onana. True Indian, we finally agree on something. That's funny. AKS said, I'll take Pogba with keeper gloves in goal at this point. I know, right? Carlos, that's funny. Barca won't go for him. They want to protect their youngsters. Yeah, I don't think. Well, again, Barca. Yeah, I don't think they'll go for him. But in the summer, I know Barca, they're gonna lose, or they're looking to offload Lewandowski, right? But if they do offload Lewandowski, there are some talks that they may go for Isak, right? They may go for Isak. But again, I'm sure someone is going to, based on what Rashi is doing right now, even this few games that he has played, he has shown that he still has something to offer, right? So, I'm sure we can do some business. I just don't want to see Rashi back home, man. Don't come back. I don't want us preseason see Rashi in the US here playing preseason football at United. I don't want to see that. I wish you all the best for Rashford. Mason Mason was a waste, man. Man, I miss the talent of Greenwood. Yeah, Greenwood was, and he is killing it over there, man. He is killing it. When you talk about generational talent, yeah, Greenwood was that guy. Sell on clause, yep. Greenwood has that sell on clause. I think if we sell him, depending on how much you sell him, of course, we can get at least like 20 million or 30 million or something, right? After watching Arsenal today, I'm just a little bit nervous for Sunday. Carlos, don't be nervous, brother. One thing I've noticed with Ruben Amorim, teams don't batter us like that, right? Most of the time, we lose games because of silly mistakes, right? Set piece here and there, but teams don't really curve us open, like they used to. So I don't think that's going to happen. Again, one thing about our boys, when we play these big teams, they do have a way of showing up. So it's Arsenal, and I really hope Chido Obi starts, or he gets a huge chunk of minutes because I'm thinking, okay, Chido is not part of the European setup, right? So that means you would expect him to get more minutes maybe at Arsenal. And imagine if Chido scores on them the way they've been going at Chido, man, that'll be beautiful. Let's see. Okay, so I don't miss having a. Let's say, okay, yeah, that's true. The problem with him is quality, but commitment. Yeah, True Indian is saying, nah, most likely we'll get 15 to 20. Yeah, dude, 15 to 20, we will take it. Okay, 15 to 20 million, we will take it. We'll be like, thank you. Right on, man. That's a great way to see it. Yeah. Yep. True Indian. Actually, PSV was too shite yesterday. Not taking anything away from Arsenal, but they were doing so many errors. Yeah. Well, from the highlights I saw, Arsenal, they look like they were actually they look like their old Arsenal team. Like the link-up play was working. Things were working out for them. So, but again, they haven't played like that for a while. And as you said, if the PSV was making a whole bunch of errors, yeah. But no, we're not going to get carved open like that. All right, you watch. We're going to win. Okay? We're going to win. Oh, my God. I can't believe I forgot Chido in that group, too. Oh, yeah. There you go. We got Chido, Dogu, Ahmad, Kwenda. Yep. Because, for a fact now, obviously, going forward, Chido is going to be part of the first team setup, right? It's going to be part of the first team setup, training-wise and all this stuff. They're going to work on developing him and stuff like that. So, and the kid looks all right. Looks all right. Yeah. With more game time, I want to see what he can do, man. I have a feeling the kid is going to score before Rasmus, this season, right? I think he's going to score before Rasmus, man. We shall see. Our Arsenal fans that dream of playing Real Madrid will come true. Can't wait for that. Oh, yeah. That'll be nice. But I'm telling you guys, if we get knocked out of Europa, it will be some sad times because whichever games remaining until the end of the season, it's going to be tough to watch United, man. Yeah. But that could be a chance for Ruben Amorim to say, you know what? Let's play the kids, get the kids game time, right? Coaches were impressed by Chido Obi's appetite for engaging in duels, using his physicality to get the better of his opponents and his desire to create good positions in the box. Okay, he was described as having great ambition and great mindset to work to get what he wants. This is according to Melissa Reddy. All right, so Chido is impressing. All right, he's using his body, to create chances. And he's staying on his feet. He's not wrestling. So let's get excited, man. Let's get excited for this kid. Let's get excited for the kid. This is the type of young player we need. Yeah, man. But guys, but we gotta tone it down though. Let's not, put so much weight on him. I know he cannot hear it, but on the socials and stuff. Let's tone it down. But I'm very excited. But tone it down. Don't let's not put too much pressure on him. Let him do his thing. But I really hope, for example, in the summer, we get rid of, for example, Rasmus, right? We get rid of Rasmus. We have to get that experienced striker because Chido deserves to learn from an experienced striker, right? I don't know how we're going to pull that off. We got to bring in an experienced striker for Chido to work, to learn from. Because Rasmus, I'm thinking he wasn't really helped by not having that, that person that he can look up to. He came to United and he was given the number 11 shirt and then number 9 shirt. He's supposed to lead the line and he's a kid. He's learning, right? He didn't have that chance. And if you look at, if you check the interview Rio did with Andy Cole, Even Rooney, some of the interviews, they said them coming into these teams at a very young age, the advantage was to have those experienced strikers they can look up to kind of guide them through the whole process, right? And unfortunately, Rasmus did not have that. He was just thrown in there and say, "Hey, get us some goals." So it's one of those, man. It's tough. So I kind of, in a way, I don't really blame him so much. I kind of still have hope that he can do something. But if he leaves, I won't really complain in the summer if we bring in a true killer in the box, because that's what we need. Liam is saying that, sorry to labor the point, but only but when a person talks about we should have never let Bruno go, I assume you are 12 or you have worrying views towards women. Okay. See that? Then anything can happen. See, Carlos, we have to keep them humble. Yeah, we have to keep them humble. The kid was powering up against against Bassi, man. Bassi is a big dude, That's not easy feat. Yeah, I agree. Raphael, brother, it's 4 in the morning. Go to sleep. Raphael, over here is actually 11 p.m. All right? But of course, I know you amazing people. I know it's some of you guys, it's very late, early kind of thing. But we're about to wrap it up here. Usually we do an hour. Now it's been an hour and 16 minutes. But I am enjoying this very much. People, smash those likes, man. Hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. Carlos, that's Rafael. For you, do you understand time zones? It's funny. That's a good point. Rasmus never had any wingers. First of all, never had any wingers supplying for him and stuff like that. Yeah. All those things, right? Liam Jones, please explain and pass me a bottle of water in the process. That's funny. Liam, don't get your panties in a bunch. No one ever said we should have ever agreed to go. You won't believe that. Yeah. Of course. All valid points. But guys, listen, let's end it here, man. You guys have been legends. As always, thank you so much. If you're just finding us the first time, I am Luther. This is Man United Central. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you. And I appreciate your support as always. People, I will see you all on the next one. Same time, same place. Tomorrow, man, we're going to be talking about United, Hey, we're getting closer to game day. All right, people? Take care of yourself. Stay blessed, people. Peace.